Hi there, this is Anup here, and in this video, what we are going to see is Intune reporting. What are the Intune reporting options? What are the Intune default reports available? What are the options to integrate Intune with some other reporting platform, Log Analytics, Power BI, etc. We will also discuss about the permissions which you need to have access to Intune reporting. We'll check the device management based reports, Windows update based reports, endpoint analytics related reports, proactive remediation kind of reports, and we will also talk about dashboards, homepage, reporting tiles, different types of reporting tiles, operational reports, and how those kinds of reports are going to help you in troubleshooting. And this is part number 9 of Intune Design Decision Making series. Intune reports are very important for your clients as well as for the stakeholders. So you need to make them understand these are the reports available. These reports can be extended with log analytics workspace, etc. etc. So don't skip it. Let's go and check it out. So let's look into Intune reporting options in this video. Different types of reports, permissions, what are the permissions needed, and what are the integration options, and a lot of other things we are going to look into. Just a recap, this is Intune Design Decisions video series. I would recommend to watch the previous videos to get more details on this topic when you have a design decision meeting with your client, or you want to understand the process, the Intune processes in detail, then you need to watch all these videos. Today we are going to look into reporting. I have created a playlist for this video series, and I will embed that playlist over here, and it will be available in the description of the video as well. So let's discuss about Intune reporting options, Intune reporting strategies. What are the things you need to discuss with your client or stakeholders? Let's move on. These are the few key pillars which we are going to discuss today. Auto patch reports, data warehouse, endpoint security related reports, device management reports, operational reports which are going to help you with troubleshooting, etc., and analytics, endpoint analytics will give you more detailed analysis on end user experience, etc., etc. So now let's look into more details. Let's understand what is Intune reports. Intune reports are there to help IT admin to effectively monitor and analyze different workloads in Intune. This is the main purpose of Intune reports. And Intune reports are very helpful to assess the complaint status, health status, and trends in your organization. We'll see more details of all these in the coming slides. One of the most popular reports in Intune are operational reports. Operational reports are basically timely reports, focused reports, and actionable reports. And there are different types of reports. Organizational reports are like broader reports, aggregated and scheduled kind of reports. And then there are historical reports. Historical reports is going to give you trends, matrix, and analytics. And then advanced kind of reporting options are also there. Those are specialized reports. These are not out of box kind of reports. These are advanced kind of reports, and you need to have integration with Azure Log Analytics workspace, and you should know how to perform KQL query, how to join the tables, etc., etc. This is purely customized reports. Our main focus on today is going to be these 4 pillars. Let's move on. Let's concentrate on operational reports on this slide. Operational reports in Intune portal are most popular types of reports, and it is useful to check the status of the deployment, and it is very helpful for troubleshooting. There are some reports called audit reports or audit logs. These are also operational kind of reports, but within Microsoft, it is treated as a different service because probably it is coming from Intune platform. Operational reports are timely reports. These types of reports provide almost live data. That is why it is called timely report. And it is focused kind of reports, focused on a specific workload. As you can see over here, this is a report for a particular policy, and you can see conflict error over here. From the device status you can check, and over here you can see an error. These are actionable reports because once you see error, you can take an action. You need to understand what is happening, why this error is happening, etc. So that is why it is actionable report. You can drill more down into details from operational kind of reports. We have discussed this in the previous video about Intune troubleshooting strategies. I will embed that video over here. Probably you can watch that video to get more details. Okay, let's move on. Now let's understand what are the permissions needed for accessing Intune reports. Who can access Intune reports? By default, global admins, Intune service admins can access Intune reports. Intune role-based admins such as app manager, help desk admin, policy manager, etc. can access Intune report for a specific workload or object if they have read access, something like this. There are some Azure AD roles with Intune data access. As you can see over here, Intune data, Intune audit data. Some of these rules, security administrator or security operator, they also have read-only access to Intune data. Global reader has read-only access. You can pause the video and go through this table to understand this better. Also, I have discussed this permissions and access in the RBAC topic, Intune RBAC strategy topic video, and I'm going to embed that video into this video over here. I will also add the video link into the description of this video. So let's move on. Let's understand what is reporting tiles. Reporting tiles are there to help admin to get a quick overview or status of overall health. There are reporting tiles for each Intune objects, at least for apps and devices, as we are going to discuss over here. Let's discuss 4 types of reporting tiles over here, so that you will get an idea what is this reporting tiles. Home, this is the one for home. Over there you would get the details about errors, failures, health status, integration status, etc. etc. Home provides high level overview of Intune tenant and the latest news from Microsoft. So if Microsoft is releasing a new feature or any changes in Microsoft's Intune service, etc., those news are going to be in home page of Intune portal. And there's a dashboard option. You can create customized, personalized dashboards, something like this, based on your job role or your interest. Devices overview. In the devices overview reporting tile, you would be able to see how many Windows devices are there which are enrolled, how many Android devices are there enrolled to your Intune tenant, and you can check the enrollment alerts, enrollment status, etc. If you want to know more about enrollment scenarios, we have discussed that in the previous video as part of Intune Design decision making series. I will try to embed that video over here so that you can check it out. And apps overview, yeah, same thing, installation status, you can see the entire overview for your tenant, you can see over here, or at least as per the RBAC access you have. If you are a Intune full admin, then you would be able to see the entire tenant overview. Over here you can see all types of applications, even app protection policy status as well. There are different tabs over here. So these are reporting tiles in Intune. Let's move on. What is Intune audit reports? We quickly covered this in the previous slide. It is not part of actual report or reporting node in Intune because it is very specific to auditing of activities within Intune. Intune audit report helps admin to review change related activities from Intune portal. As I mentioned before, this is called audit logs. But you can export these audit logs into CSV files, and you can export this to log analytics also if you want. Audit logs cover automated tasks initiated by Intune services and admin initiated tasks. So these are the automated tasks initiated by Intune service. These are software update kind of tasks. Activity, patch device configuration, application name, modern workplace is the application name. So these are kind of audit logs. You need to go to tenant administration and then go to audit logs to get access to these logs. But for this, you need to have specific permission. Probably if you are an application manager or a help desk admin, you might not have access to audit logs. If you are a Intune admin, full Intune admin, then you will have access to audit logs. Let's move on. Let's check Intune Reports node. What does Intune Reports node? Intune Reports node helps to monitor the health and activities of your endpoints. So this is the place where you can get lot of default reports. So this is the core node for Intune reporting. Intune Reports node is primary place where the default reports and all the other reporting related workloads are placed within Intune portal. And there are different kinds of reporting workloads as you can see over here. Device management kind of reports, then endpoint security reports, analytics reports, Intune data warehouse, Windows auto patch kind of reports, and then advanced kind of reports with Azure monitoring, etc. etc. Okay, let's move on. Now let's look into each types of reports. Intune device complaints report. This is one of the default reports as part of device management. This report gives overall device complaints trend for your tenant. This is what you can see over here. 2 devices are complained and non-complaint devices are 7. Managed by configuration manager devices 3. There are total 12 devices. This is the overall status of your for your tenant. You can also drill down to more detailed reports from here. Device complaint reports node. There are mainly 4 default reports available under this complaints reports. Device complaints is going to show you the number of devices that are complained and the number that needs extra attention. Device complaints trend report shows the reports from last 60 days. The complaint status of your devices for the last 60 days. So that is why it is kind of a trend report. It is going to give you a trend of your complaint status for your devices. From this report, you can see non-complaint devices with all the policy details, which is the complaints policy deployed or assigned to that particular device, etc. along with the complaints policy settings. Devices without complaints policy. So as name states, this is the report which provides you the devices which are not assigned with any complaints policy. This is high risk for your organization from a security perspective. Let's move on. Let's check device configuration profile reports. So you know what is device configuration profiles. Basically these are policies, mainly security policies. These are the report focused on various configuration policies deployed within your tenant. And from this report you can see the trends of configuration profile deployments. For how many devices it got successfully deployed, for how many devices it got failed, etc. etc. There are a lot of filtering options in this report. So this is very useful to get the current status of your security policy deployments in Intune. Let's move on. Group policy analytics reports. So with Azure AD join scenario, you need to migrate from on-prem Active Directory group policy settings to cloud policies or Intune policies. So group policy analytics is the workload in Intune to help you to understand what is the state of your group policy migration task. How many settings are ready for migration, how many are not supported, how many are deprecated, and total settings that you have analyzed by importing the group policy settings to Intune. So let's check what is it. Intune Group Policy Analytics reports are here to help admins with status of group policy settings migration, group policy migration readiness, and this is the default report available. This report helps to view more details about the readiness of your group policy for modern management. Let's move on. Windows Update reports are nothing but patching reports. We talked about Windows Update for Business patching scenarios in the previous video. I will embed that video over here so that you can have a look. Coming back to patching reports. These are the main 4 patching reports or Intune Windows Updates reports available by default. As I mentioned in the previous slide, Windows Update for Business team already released very interesting reports into Azure portal. There's no direct integration at the moment with Intune for those kinds of reports. To use Graph API to integrate that with Azure portal, log analytics, etc. But let's check the Windows Update reports that are available by default in Intune portal. Windows Feature Update reports, Windows Expedited Update reports, Feature Update Device Readiness report, Feature Update Compatibility Risks report. These are the 4 reports available for patching in Intune. And you can see the overall status over here from this dashboard. In progress, 1 device, 4 devices it got successfully installed. There is no error. On hold 0, total number of devices 4. For the troubleshooting scenario, I have seen this particular report is useful. Why the feature update is not getting installed on my Windows 11 or Windows 10 device, then you need to look into this particular report and understand whether your device is ready for the update or not. Is there any blocking point over there or not? So let's move on. Defender antivirus reports. Defender antivirus reports are here to help admin to get the quick status on antivirus agent status. As you can see over here, clean, full scan pending, reboot pending, manual steps pending, offline scan pending, critical, and total. So these are the statuses of Defender agent, and this report is part of Intune Endpoint Security category. These are the 2 reports available in Intune portal for Defender antivirus. Antivirus agent status report that will give you all these details, real time or network protection, etc., and all these details. And the other one is detected malware, to see the malware state of your device. It shows the number of devices with detected malware and malware details also shown in this report. Let's move on. Firewall status report. What is firewall status report? Firewall status report helps you to understand the firewall application status on your device, whether it is temporarily disabled or limited, disabled or enabled. You can get all these details from this particular report. MDM firewall status for Windows 10 and later. Let's move on. Endpoint analytics reports. Intune Endpoint analytics reports are here to help admin to get quick status on proactive remediation related workload along with end user experience workload. Some of the end user experience workloads or reports available are startup performance report, proactive remediation reports, application reliability report, work from anywhere report, resource performance report, and remote connection report. So these are the end user experience reports. Some of them are end user experience reports. And proactive remediation scripts can help you to send custom inventory data from Intune to log analytics workspace. So this is going to help you with custom reports in Intune. This is what we are going to see in the next slide. But over here, you can see endpoint analytics score is 54. What is the baseline I set? That is 50. That is why it shows green for the score of 54. This is just a sample screenshot. Normally, it is not recommended to set baseline as 50 as per Microsoft recommendation. So be careful about that. Okay, let's move on. What are the additional Intune reports available or additional integration options available? This is kind of advanced Intune reporting options apart from Windows Autopatch. Windows Autopatch reports are inbuilt reports, but other options like Intune Data Warehouse, you can connect Intune Data Warehouse with Power BI and create some beautiful reports. And then you can integrate Intune and Azure Log Analytics workspace and create a lot of custom reports using different methods like diagnostic settings, workbooks, etc. etc. So there are a lot of free resources available within the community for creating the custom Intune reports and dashboards, which are very useful. But for that, you need to collect the custom inventory using proactive remediation scripts, etc. So it is not a simple task, it is a complex task. You need to discuss all these topics with your client and stakeholders and understand what are their Intune reporting requirements. And as per that, you can make a design decision on Intune reporting. Maybe you will say initially we don't need any integration with Log Analytics workspace for custom reports. We'll start with default reports. Depending on the requirement, you can take that kind of a decision. Or you can say, oh no, the client is very interested and wanted to have custom reports similar to configuration manager. Then you need to look into all these integrations and make a decision accordingly. Now let's have a quick look into the demo. This is the home page within Intune portal and you can see all the details over here for your tenant. Errors, failures, healthy, account status, connector status, service health, and this part is news as we discussed in the presentation. And now go to dashboard. These are reporting tiles we are talking about here. Dashboard. I have created a custom dashboard and you can clone it, you can edit it, and you can move these things around. Edit and move these things around, something like this, etc. etc. Right? So that is custom dashboard. This is based on your job role or preferences, etc. And then go to devices overview. You would be able to see enrollment status, enrollment alerts, cloud PC performance, complaint status, and lot of other things. Configuration status, software update status, etc. All these are reporting tiles in Intune. Now you can see the similar one in over here as well for applications. Installation status, app protection, policy status. Installation status, you can see apps with installation failures too. So those are basically reporting tiles. Now let's go to tenant administration and check the audit logs. These are the audit logs. Some are initiated by admin and some are initiated by Intune service itself, like patching, create a notification, etc. etc. Now let's look into reports. This is the main node for reporting scenarios, and all the integration scenarios are also available here over here. Let's have a look into device management section first and what are the reports available. Device complaints. As you can see, 2 devices are complained, 7 are not. All these details you can see over here in good looking dashboard over here. You can refresh it if you want to get the latest information, and it is fetching the data from Intune service. And you can look into what are the 4 default reports which we discussed in the slide. Just wanted to run one report if you want, and you can filter on OS if you want. I would say only Windows OS I'm interested, and just a generate a report. And let's see what is happening. What is the report? How it is going to look. Now the report is generated. You can see the similar dashboard, but with lot more information about the device name, complaint status, OS version, etc. etc. The problem with this at the moment is we don't have clickable options over here. If I want to filter only on non-complaint devices, that option is not there. And there's an option to export. If you want to export this to a CSV file, you can do that. Okay, from here. Let's go back and summary. You can see the summary over here. And over here also it is not clickable. And you can check device configuration, policy related reports, and group policy analytics reports, Windows updates reports, From here you can see all these things. Okay, summary and reports. What are the reports available? Same for endpoint security. You can see the antivirus reports over here. You can see the summary of antivirus report over here, and you can see what are the reports available. And similar way you can generate the report as we have seen for device complaints. Firewall, the same thing. You can generate the reports, but there's no overview or summary over there at the moment. But I'm sure Microsoft is planning to add that as well soon. Endpoint analytics, this is going to take us to endpoint analytics node, and over there you would be able to see a lot of status details, and you can see there's a refresh button. This is what we discussed in the slide. You can say the startup performance is not good, it is 32 even with the lower baseline which I set. So you need to take care what is happening. Details, you would be able to see a lot of information over here. Okay, I'm not going to go through everything, but you can pause the video and check. Model scores and device scores are other tabs available under the overview tab, and you can check the reports, the default reports available for startup performance, and analyze why the startup performance is very bad. So over here you would be able to see all these details: scoreboard, group policy, to sign in screen, core sign in is taking long time, etc. Proactive remediation types of reports, that is also available. Application reliability reports. Okay, there's no applications, etc. Work from anywhere report, this is good actually. A resource performance report, this is also good. I got a 94. Resource performance score is 94, that is good. Remote connection score, let's check how the cloud PCs are working. That is also okay, I would say. Again, sign in is causing a lot of issues, and there are different tabs under this report: model performance and device performance, etc. For each reports these tabs are there, so this is very useful. Endpoint analytics, and then there's an option to have a data warehouse connection to your Power BI application, and you can create custom reports, etc., from the Intune data. And Windows quality updates, auto patch reports, this is good. This is out of box report, you don't need to do anything. This one data warehouse is a little bit advanced. This is not out of box, you need to install Power BI, and you need to go through the similar experience as SCM custom report creation using the report builder. I said similar experience. This is for advanced admins, and it gives more control for admins. You can connect Intune data with log analytics workspace, as you can see over here, and you can send Intune platform logs to log analytics and then query that from log analytics using the KQL queries, etc. So that is the link over here. So over here, if you check the tables, log management table, and then I will say, okay, I want to use this. Okay, and run a KQL query to check what is audit logs. You would be able to see the audit logs which you have seen in the console as well. This is what KQL query, and with this KQL queries you can create custom dashboards, custom reports as well, and with the workbooks you can create this custom reports. For example, if I click on Intune enrollment activities, you would be able to see some of the reports. So this is very useful. Workbooks are useful to get more details. Okay, so if I go over here, if I want to check a workbook, Intune device activity workbook, you can check it over here. Mac OS 1, Windows OS, and by ownership you can see all those details over here. And then if you want to edit, you can edit it, right? And you can edit it by clicking over here, and you can check what is happening, what are the KQL queries used over here, etc., right? So the workbooks are also very useful in terms of reporting, but it needs more skills, more time to create custom reports, and sometimes it needs additional inventory to create custom reports. So inventory can be done using proactive remediation scripts, etc. As we discussed, you have seen a lot of things about Intune reporting. You have seen operational reports, you have seen reports that can help you to troubleshoot. You also might have seen trend reports, how to analyze the trend within the organization using Intune reports, and how to analyze the user experience, end user experience with Intune endpoint analytics. You have also seen advanced reporting options using Azure Log Analytics, Workspace, etc. We also talked about historical reports to analyze the trend. We have also covered organizational level reports, dashboards, home, devices node overview, apps node overview, etc. And you might have got the information that you wanted to share with your client or internal stakeholders about Intune reporting. And Microsoft is working to improve the Intune reporting as well as Windows Update for Business team is working to improve the patching reports. They have published a new patching report. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.